So if you're an older guy, maybe you are just getting back into dating, maybe you got divorced, or you're just looking to meet more younger, beautiful women, your first idea might be to try Tinder or Bumble, Hinge, or any of these online dating platforms. Now, I'm going to tell you, honestly, if you're a Canadian or an American, Australian, or you live in a first world country, dating apps really, really suck. They're not good for men, and you're going to have very bad results from these apps. I can tell you because I know from experience. Basically, you got to think of supply and demand. So you have millions of thirsty men and only a real handful of attractive single women. And women don't spend a lot of time on these apps. They usually come onto them for short bursts of time. Maybe they're looking for a date. Maybe they broke up with their boyfriend. Maybe they're mad at their F buddy or something. And then, they go on the app for a brief time. They get hundreds of applications in one day. They get a couple dates and then they bounce. And then you as a guy, it's just against you, especially considering the filters, right? So you set your height, your age. Women are going to scrape you off just because you're too short or because your face isn't the perfect jawline. You don't have the perfect jawline or the perfect teeth. And what the online dating apps don't really do for you is they don't allow you to express your real personality. They don't let you use your vocal tonality, your eye contact, your sense of humor. And so in North America, at least, just stay off the dating apps. I highly suggest you learn how to cold approach. Cold approaching is going to get you a lot higher return on your investment. And cold approaching is just walking up to women at the mall, saying, hey, I just saw you. I thought you were cute. Or if you're more advanced, going indirect, making observational comments, talking about the clothes she's wearing or something that's happening in the environment, and then transitioning into flirting and getting a phone number. And that's going to get you a lot better results with younger women, especially because you already have so much going against you with online dating. They're going to look at your age, and if you're 45, 55, and they're 25, they won't even see you. They won't even match with you because their filters will filter you out. So that's why I'm going to teach you guys about cold approaching in bars, in the malls, at the beach. And so keep with me. So what are the perks of dating younger women? Well, if you're here, I probably don't have to tell you that younger women look beautiful, and their beauty and their youth can be very inspiring to an older guy. It's just the way we're biologically designed, and it's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. It's totally normal. I'm going to talk more about that soon. So some benefits are, one, she's going to inspire you to improve yourself, to stay in shape, to make more money, to just become a better man, because you're going to want to try a little bit harder to keep those younger women in your life, and that means acting more youthful yourself. Another benefit is that they probably don't have children yet, so older women are going to have children. It's highly more likely, and you might not want that in your life. You might have kids of your own already. You don't want to adopt another family. You want to start fresh, maybe find a new woman that can produce children for you, right? So women under 30, that's going to be your demographic. That's going to be your target. So that's why you might be going for younger women as opposed to women your own age. And, well, they're also in touch with the youth culture. So if you want to find out about new bands, new movies, stuff like that, younger women tend to be more in touch with that. If that's something that's important in your life, the younger women are going to be really good for that kind of thing. So understand that approaching younger women, it's not weird, it's not creepy, it's not bizarre behavior. Considering the women are legal, okay? Now, I'm not talking about children, but women. Women, to me, are women over the age of 18 or whatever the legal age is to join the military and die for your country. I believe women at that age can make their own decisions about who they want to be with. Now, how weird is it for a guy who's 50 to be attracted to a woman who's 25? Well, think about all the celebrities that get to live this sort of romantic life without being judged. Look at Johnny Depp, for example, or Jason Statham, or let's see, Leonardo DiCaprio, and the list goes on and on and on. Just all these celebrities that are always dating women that are 20, 30 years younger than themselves. And at most they get a mention in some tabloid. Oh, look at this Leonardo DiCaprio. He's such a bad guy dating a 23-year-old. And really, it's no different for you. You might not be a rock star or famous, but that doesn't mean you are not entitled to dating the kind of younger women that you're really attracted to. So you have to get that in your mind, that it's not weird, it's not creepy, and it's totally normal to be attracted to younger women. And it's totally normal for younger women to be attracted to older men. A lot of men are worried about what people will think about them if they're dating a younger woman. Like, say you're 48 and your girlfriend is 23. What will people think? Who cares? I mean, you've got yourself a hot 23-year-old girlfriend who worships you. What do you care about what strangers think or people in your family? Like, how is your little sister, who's also 45, going to judge you? Or how will your grandmother judge you? Or the people at the office? The only judgment you're going to get is envy and jealousy. So people might say behind your back, oh, that's weird, that's creepy. But yet it's not weird or creepy for Leonardo DiCaprio, is it? No, that's totally normal for rock stars and musicians and people like that, but it's not okay for you. Do you see the weird double standard there? So, if you want to pursue younger women, it's nobody's business but yours, and you should just follow your desires and go for what you want, because actually it's not really easy to attract women of that age if you're over 45 anyway. So if you're able to do it, then you have like a superpower. You have a real skill that you've developed, and you shouldn't be ashamed that you can attract women that age. It means something special about you. It means you have charisma. It means you have style and ambition, and you're attractive to women in general. So if you want to go for the younger women, don't worry about what other people think about it. You're going to be dead soon. Seriously. Another 10 years, 20 years. If you're lucky, you'll get 50 years and you'll have robot legs and a robot heart and an AI brain or something. But most likely you don't have unlimited time on this planet, so you should spend it with the kind of people that you want to. And if you're sexually and romantically attracted to younger women in their 30s and their 20s, then by all means, I'm not going to judge you. Let the haters hate. Let the daters date. So how much do looks matter when it comes to attracting younger women? Well, a lot, actually. Unless you're really famous, you're like Danny DeVito or the dwarf from Game of Thrones, you're going to need to improve your look to attract younger women. Because, think about it, you're older. What do you have to offer them other than your resources, right? Your money. You need to have something in it. You don't have to be handsome, but you need to be in good shape. So you don't need to have six-pack abs, but you can't be obese and disgusting with nostril hairs coming out of your nose and just facial hair all over the place and chest hair and ear hair. And, you want to go to a good barber and trim it all up. Get a cool haircut. Wear some nice clothes with some style. I mean, at least get some jewelry. Wear some interesting outfits, some clothes with interesting collars. Wear a blazer. Wear nice shoes. Dress to impress whenever you can. And you don't have to wear a suit. You could look good in a t-shirt and jeans, but make sure they're nice t-shirts and nice jeans that fit. And if you don't know anything about fashion, start to study it. Start looking up fashion blogs. Start finding ways to increase your look, because if you're old, that's a handicap. So you need to do everything you can to make yourself look better with what's in your power. And your hair, your weight, and your fashion sense are all within your power to improve, right? You could take yourself from a 6 to a 7 in looks, or a 7 to an 8 in looks, just by doing some basic stuff like getting a nice haircut, getting some nice clothes, and losing 10 pounds. So that's going to help you get younger women a lot. So you got to really focus on that if you want to get younger women. So why would a young woman, a young, beautiful woman, be attracted to an older guy in the first place? Well, one, yeah, we have more resources. We're not brokies. Well, we shouldn't be. If you're over 40, you should have a stable income. You should have some savings at least, right? But that's not the one thing you want to use to attract women. What you really want to show that you have is strength, courage, positivity, energy, and wisdom, right? If you put all of those things together, you've got the basis of having game, right? So a lot of older guys, they don't have much game because they never developed it. Maybe they got married young, right? You got married young and then you got divorced, and so you never really got to develop your pickup skills, how to approach women, how to open them, how to hold a conversation, how to flirt and escalate and all that stuff. And that's why I'm here. If you want to learn all that stuff, go to my blog. It's absoluteability.com, and I've got hundreds and hundreds of articles on how to talk to girls, how to approach girls in the daytime, the nighttime, and stuff like that. Female psychology. This video is meant to inspire you if you're an older guy and you want younger women to take action, okay? There's a lot of reasons why young women would be attracted to older guys. We have more life experience, right? You don't have to be old and boring and ugly and ew. You know that young girls, they think, ew. You don't have to be that guy. You could be the sexy, cool, charismatic, funny, fun, outgoing, extroverted, always positive, really intelligent, fun, handsome dude. And women, they won't even be able to help themselves. The younger women will be around you and they're just going to start thinking about hooking up with that older guy because they want that experience. I've been with a lot of younger women, okay? I'm 45 years old, and the last girl I was with was in her early 20s. She was 23, right? So there's nothing stopping you from hooking up with these young women too if you're single and you want to get back in the game and you just want to have that experience. So there's a lot of reasons why younger women would like an older guy. Even if you're 60, even if you're 70. If you're 70, it might be harder to get a 20-year-old with just approaching. But I've had students as old as 59 years old that got phone numbers from 25-year-olds, 30-year-olds. I've had guys that are like in their 60s getting women who are 30 to go on dates with them. No joke. So you can do it too. So where do you find younger girlfriends? You're probably not going to be into nightclubbing or going to hipster house parties or anything, right? So where would you find younger girlfriends? Well, if you like happy hour, if you like drinking, if you like the bar, that's a great place right after work. 6 p.m., your local brew pub. Those are great places if you have the ability to open conversations around you, right? As an older guy, you see a group of younger women. Can you look at them and hit up a conversation with them that interests them so much that they don't go, ew, why is this older guy talking to us? But rather, oh, that was so cool that older guy started talking to us. That was so interesting what he said. He was so funny. He was kind of hot, right? That's bar game. That's the nighttime riz. I learned that stuff when I was in my 30s. And it's come in useful. You know, I don't go to bars a lot myself, but when I want to meet women as an older guy, I like to do it in the daytime. So that's bookstores, cafes, the mall, the street, the beach. Oh, my absolute favorite is the beach. I travel a lot. I go to a lot of countries that are hot, like Mexico and Thailand, and meet tourists and locals who hang out at the beach, just being social, tossing a frisbee. One thing you have to understand is that you can't view your age as a handicap. You can't think, okay, I'm 55, I'm out of shape. There's no reason why younger women would enjoy being with me. You have to think, I have a lot of value to give, and you have to have a youthful mind. That's what I'm going to talk about next. You may be older, but you have a youthful mind. So a youthful mind means you're still fascinated by everything in the world. Young people are fascinated with learning new things. That's one reason why a younger woman would be interested in going with you, because you might know things she doesn't. You might have experiences she doesn't. You might have a sense of humor that she can't even comprehend how to be as funny as you, right? Like you say, pull my finger, bitch. And she finds that hilarious because it might not be incongruous with how you present yourself to actually use the B word around her, right? There's different ways that you can show that you're an older guy, but you have a youthful spirit. You still could go to a music festival. You could still pick up a new book. You could still watch a new show and find value in that. You still are fascinated by new bands, new music. You like going to social events. You're not just this cranky old guy stuck in his habits, doesn't want to change. I like this kind of food. I like this kind of music. This is the way it's going to be. But you're actually open. You're open. You're an open book. You're youthful in your mind and soul. You like to travel. You like adventure. Sure, let's go swimming right now. You're spontaneous. That's one thing older guys, they get so stuck and so rigid that they lose their spontaneity. And young women, they really want to see spontaneity in their lovers. That's part of having riz, you know? When you walk up to a girl, she's not expecting this really charismatic, fun guy to come up and start talking to her. The next thing she knows she's giving her number away to this guy. The next thing she knows, she's on a date with this guy. The next thing you know, she's making love to this guy. That is because of spontaneity. And if you are too rigid in your beliefs and too like a brick, you know, you want to be more like a tree blowing in the wind or a wave that's always changing. You want to be learning new things, adventuring, going to new places, and bringing her along with you. And as an older guy, you're going to have that courage and that life experience and maybe even the resources to bring her along with you. So you got to have that youthful spirit. And how do you approach younger women? Well, you can go indirect or direct. That's basic if you look at the science of it. And I have a book all about this for meeting women in the daytime. I'll put the link below. It's called I Hope It's Sunny Out, a guide to meeting women in the daytime. Right? So you have indirect. Indirect is if you make an observation, an insightful observation about what's happening around you or what's happening to her. So say you're walking down the street and you see a street musician playing a guitar on the street, and the girl is standing there looking at it, that beautiful, luscious body, that wavy hair, and you go, oh, I really want to meet her. Well, instead of just going up to her and saying, oh, hey, I like your hair, you could go up there and say the street musician is playing the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You could go up there and say, oh, I don't know if I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers' first album as much as their new album. Isn't that strange? I love the new Chili Peppers. It's still funky. It's still cool. I'm so glad they got John Frusciante back. Do you like the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Right? So in that way, you're giving some value. You're actually showing that you understand social skills on a deeper level, so that you're not just bugging her, but you're actually sharing part of your personality with her. And that's more likely to hook her. And at the end, you leave an open-ended question. Now, if she doesn't know that band, she's just going to shrug her shoulders. But if she does happen to like that band, for example, she's going to light up and say, oh, wow, well, I really like Blood Sugar Sex Magic or whatever, right? But you want to use the environment to craft openers, and that's beyond the scope of one video, how to craft indirect openers. So most guys, they choose to go direct, and direct is really simple. It gives value because you're giving her a compliment and you're telling her exactly why you're there. Hey, I just saw you. I thought you were cute. I had to meet you. I'm Tony. Boom, handshake. And you can see like hundreds of videos of this on YouTube. The reason why it's so popular is because it's easy and any guy can do it. It doesn't mean you won't be nervous. You won't have your heart pounding out of your chest. If you have approach anxiety, I'm going to give away a free guide down below called the Fearless Approach Blueprint. And it's free. When you get it, you also sign up to my newsletter, but it gives you one really powerful technique to totally eliminate your approach anxiety when you talk to beautiful women. So go check it out, grab it, it's free. So the number one thing every client asks me is, what do I say to girls? What do I say to women? And it's no different for older guys who want to talk to younger women. Learning how to talk to women, it can be a lifelong process. There's a science to it, to charisma, to social skills. And if you're just new on this channel, why don't you hit like on that button down there, smash that like button, and then you're going to get more notifications when I come out with new videos on how to talk to women. I've been all around the world. I've talked to tens of thousands of women. I've taught boot camps. And I'll tell you, I still get better and better and better every time I talk to a new woman with my social skills, with my game. But the one thing you could probably focus on if you just want to get an immediate boost to be better at talking to young girls, to young women, over 18, is push-pull, otherwise known as compliment and tease. So, for example, you might say, hey, I really love your jacket. That's an amazing jacket you're wearing. She's going to go, thank you. And then you say, but I kind of like mine better. Right? So that's a little bit of a compliment and then a tease. So there's a concept called negging. This is not negging, okay? This is not a negative compliment. It's a push and a pull. When you pull, you might say something like, I'm really impressed with how smart you are. Like she's talking about something that she knows a lot about, yoga or cooking. I'm really impressed that you're so intelligent. How long have you been a nerd? Right? Like that's a playful tease. And these are the kind of things that are going to hit those little attraction triggers in women because it says a lot, right? Most guys are all pull. Oh, you're so cute. You're so pretty. I would love to take you on a date. I'll buy you a house. I'll buy you anything, and it's just actually they're digging themselves a hole because they're putting themselves in this nice guy provider role, which is super boring for beautiful women. Now, when you tease, when you say something like, we're too similar, we'd never get along, or you could ask her something like, your sense of humor is really funny. You had me cracking up, but I have also a really good sense of humor. I don't think you could keep up with me. So that's a little bit cocky, right? That's a little bit cocky funny. There's a great old book called Double Your Dating by David D'Angelo. And it's old now, but it has some really great advice on just how to be more funny with women and female psychology and why this kind of cocky, funny, push-pull, tease, compliment stuff works. My theory is that it really shows women that you're safe. Because men, can be so needy, especially older men when they see a beautiful younger woman, and that they become so nice that it's creepy. Like, it's actually creepy to not hit on her in an intelligent way and just compliment her, and try to get her phone number. She's going to think, well, if I text this guy, if I go out with him, he might become obsessed with me. He might become a stalker. He might become a psycho. If I dump him, he might go crazy. But when you do push, pull, and teasing, you say like, oh, I love your shoes, but I love mine better. Look at how cool they are. You're actually doing things that could blow it. You could blow this interaction. You could make a joke, and she takes it literally, and she dumps you on the spot. You never even get a date with her, but that's okay because you're giving her an escape route. You're showing vulnerability by doing this. You're saying, hey, I'm not going to take this so seriously. I understand how beautiful women's minds work, and so I'm teasing you to show you that I understand that you just want a playful guy. If you're going to date an older guy, you don't want him to become obsessed with you, and that's what teasing can do. So in conclusion, I just want you guys to know that it's totally normal. It's okay to be attracted to younger women. Don't let the haters shame you. It's normal, okay? I do it all the time. I'm a single guy still in my 40s, and I still date women in their 20s, in their 30s. It's not a big deal. And if I want to get women in their 40s, I could do that too. You can do whatever you want. It's up to you to decide what kind of life you want to live and what kind of women you want to be with, even if you're 50 or 60. So smash that like button, and until next time, ciao.